Hey, what's up everybody? I'm going to show you everything here first, man, and then tell you the situation at the end, man, on how much I paid for it and what was up with this person, possibly, as this was a teenager that I got this from at a yard sale. So, I'll show you the small stuff first, and hopefully my legs won't fall asleep as this thing's cutting off my fucking circulation. I'm kind of balanced on my lap, and it's big, man. This thing is a beast of an airsoft gun. Anyways, I knew this thing was high-end just from looking at it. I hadn't heard of the brand until I got on and started looking it up. But man, not a cheap brand. Definitely up there. And I don't think that you get clips with it. I think you got to buy them separate, and these work on, I guess, a couple of the other airsoft guns by this brand. Anyways, got 2 all-metal clips. All but for the top here where you feed in the BBs and stuff. Otherwise all metal. Really nice clips, man. Nice heavy duty. Both of them just say Classic Army at the bottom of them and have a dial, so I guess you fill it up with the BBs and then rotate the dial there, which tightens up the spring so to force them into the gun. And, speaking of BBs, I don't know how full this was before, but enough to give this puppy a good test ride when I get a battery for it. Hence, that's the thing that he wasn't giving anybody. He didn't have any batteries left, and I'm guessing that he just burned up the ones he had and then didn't buy any more. It's Kingman, we ain't got shit here, man. We got Walmart and Big Five. Big Five, yeah, they sell some airsoft. They don't sell any batteries. Figures. Walmart, pfft, our Walmart here sucks. So you would have had to buy it online, and batteries aren't cheap. So something that did come with the gun, which one site wasn't selling this, to where they were saying, well, this is a separate thing, and they had an insane high price on it, but it looked like most of the sites that still sell this, you get this with it. Anyways, got the ammo box here that is electric, so you fill this up with a shit ton of BBs, and then where you normally put the clip in the gun, you plug in this puppy. And this is the 9-volt battery version. I guess they got an upgraded one now to where it takes AA and just different setup on the switch, I guess, and maybe how it feeds it to the gun. Otherwise, just a little green push button switch there, to where if you just push it a little bit, it's enough to turn it on, but then you can turn it off fast, to where if you just want to shoot it a few times. Otherwise, click it once to turn it on and just fire away, which is basically just hold the trigger and spray everybody with BBs. It's in good shape, man. I loaded up with enough BBs to where I gave it a test and it was feeding them up into the tube nice and tight, so very cool. Now, the only thing that I haven't repaired on this yet, which is just needing a screw, I gotta go through all my little jars of screws and see if I have one small enough, is one of the front side grips was missing a screw, so just 2 little screws to hold it on, which I don't know why they do that, but the other one's on nice and tight, so I'm figuring this is nice ABS plastic here. Otherwise, one's on, one's off. Oh, and another thing to point out, which wasn't broken. He acted like he just outright busted it, like he had it held on by tape. Is everything that was messed up on it, he just wrapped it up in tape. Like instead of putting in a screw, he just had it wrapped up in tape so that piece wouldn't fall off. But I've got it rewrapped on the stock just to reinforce it. But what happened, and I recommend this, some other people that were showing this gun or just putting in comments recommended it. If you get one, wrap it in tape, electrical, whatever, just to reinforce it so this doesn't happen. But on top, where the seam is for where it's glued together, it just separated a little bit. That was his major thing that broke. It just separated a little bit to where all I had to do is put some super glue in there, some of the extra strong super glue, and then just bind it up, and now it's like new and no cracks or anything. I mean, before I wrapped it up in electrical tape, the stock looks really good. A little bit of the paint coming off of the flip up bar here so you can balance it on your shoulder. So, in fact, there's some tape residue up front here too that I haven't cleaned off yet. Otherwise, something else that I'm not going to take this thing apart or show you on the mechanics of it, but it's like a heat guard on top of the barrel here. That can come off, and then you can take off the whole barrel assembly and stuff to clean it or get out a jammed BB. Anyways, I don't know why they did it this way, because I mean, as soon as you take that off and put it back on, you're gonna scratch the damn gun no matter what, because it's hard metal, it's in steel, going on aluminum. And that has to do with the two clamps, and then the outer barrel for the main one or whatever is this aluminum stuff. So that's all scratched up, but once this is on, it's all hidden. So cool. And then there's another spot that's got a little bit of scratching on this top piece that you can flip up to take out the gearbox. And that's from him just probably flipping it up really fast, and it was hitting another metal thing. So, like I say, man, I'm pointing out stuff, man, for the price I paid, and even if it was more than what I paid, man, freaking steal. Okay, now my legs are fucking asleep. Anyways, here it is. So, there's a grip that covers up this area here, so I just gotta find a screw. So it's just two screw holes on that plate. And what I was just talking about is this. That just lifts off via two clamps, and then it's just hinged up here by the front sight. And then you can remove the entire barrel assembly. And like I said, I wrapped the stock there in electrical tape just to reinforce it. Otherwise, it's all glued like new again. I just didn't want it separating. Figure if I ever did sell it, man, they can always take that off. But like I said, I don't plan on doing that. And actually, it's got the orange tip there. It's by law, you gotta have that. Let's see. Get this off here. Come on. That flips out. And they all so are extendable there. It extends out pretty long, which I can't do because it's got sharp edges, so got to do that with two hands. Alright, that's nice. Even nicer if I can get it back in place. There we go. And then right under here, that's where that ammo box just clamps onto. And then right there is where the clip goes in, or the ammo box thingy to feed in the BBs. Here, I'll show you guys the other side. Oh, and these sights in the rear, fully adjustable. They did really nice on that. Then the battery goes in the end of the stock there. That hole there has a Allen wrench type screw. Pretty much all the screws on this are Allen wrench style. It's different sizes, so you unscrew that, that whole butt piece comes off, and then you can get to the battery inside. And not going to do it here because I just don't have room, but to take out the entire gearbox, you unscrew that knob and then push out that entire post. This folds down, and then this piece, which this I can do here, this flips up, and there is the all metal gearbox, and that flips up. And he didn't have it, probably didn't think of buying it, but you can get some fake bullets that you can have draped out of this, into the plastic ammo box to make it look like it's got real ammo in it. Just a little cool extra, but definitely something that you have to do extra on. I don't know why they wouldn't include it, because it's just a little cheap add-on. I need to mutate and grow another frickin' arm. Bitch. There. Something to bring up that other people have brought up, man. When you open that, make sure this is pulled back a little ways, as you will definitely either dent the hell out of it or possibly break it if you slam this down, as it's just in the way. And that's just for looks there, to act like you're cocking the gun. And then safety there. They got this little flap that opens up on the bottom of the grip here, but there's nothing in there. Stash, I don't know. Fit a couple of cigs in there. Maybe almost the cigar, I don't know. This handle here is pretty strong, but I agree with some of the other people that have reviewed this. I definitely wouldn't recommend outright carrying the gun just by this. Maybe have it as an extra thing to hold on to and grab onto something else just to get leverage, but not just carry it by this. I don't know how strong the metal is, and if that broke off, it could really mess it up. So I can say, man, awesome freaking shape. Awesome shape. Just wish I could shoot it. And for I don't know jack shit when it comes to this high-end type airsoft stuff. Another thing that I agree with on some of the people that have reviewed this or comment on it, gearbox, really super easy to take apart. Actually, everything that comes apart in order to like free up BBs or just clean it or whatever comes apart really easy. So, definite simple gun to work on. So anyways, on the insanity part, say guys, I'm gonna believe this. The Tokyo Marie that he had, $50. Like I say, it looked like it got used maybe once, man. It was still in the box with extra stuff. Not just the gun that you'd buy by itself, man, with whatever you get with it. Extra stuff, man. Minus a battery. $50. This, he wanted $60. I only knocked him down $5, man. Which, yeah, that's a bit of a low ball there when he's already given a good price, but he just jumped right on it, man. He couldn't get the money out of my hand fast enough, so I don't know what the hell was up with this kid. On some of the other stuff he had, I'm going to say he had a handful of pistols. I don't know if they were Tokyo Marie or what, man, because everything I was looking at, or stuff that was walking away, was all high-end, man. Either stuff like this or Tokyo Marie or whatever, man. Better or worse, whatever. But all the pistols, yeah, sheaths for them, man. Just all really nice. Those, God, I think this dude got them for like $20 a piece. Those alone, for just the pistols, if they're Tokyo Marie, man, you're talking at least $100, $150, I don't know. This thing, to get one new, at the now discounted price, the cheapest I've seen it for is about $350. Minus this, just for the gun. No battery, no clips. You gotta buy all that separate, which you might as well be spending $400, $450. Because this fucking thing, it sure did look like the same one. I think it was Air Splat wants over $100 just for this. I will never get into the sport of airsoft, man. I don't want to sell my fucking house yet. I say, I just don't know what to think of this kid, man. Other than it was like vultures descending. Shit was just flying off the shelves, man, like a fucking Blue Light special at Kmart. So, at least I made off with one of the high-end items. So, I say, man, when it comes to yard sales, I'm not one to lowball people, man. I lived here long enough. I know a lot of these people that do the yard sale. It's because they're needing cash, man. This kid, I didn't feel bad about knocking the price down even lower, because that's all I had on me was $55. I was figuring, well, I'll look at it because it looks really cool in case I see it somewhere else when I do have money. And then he just threw that price at me and I said, well, all I got is 55. Oh, I'll take it. And the Tokyo Marie, man, the guy, all he did was just open up the lid, saw it, eyes bugged out. Here's my fucking money. He couldn't get to his truck fast enough to get out of there. Kind of like me, man. He thought this kid's dad, were big brother football player, was going to come out and beat us just to death, man, like a freaking chew toy. So, word of advice, man, if you guys ever go to yard sales or anything and see stuff like this, man, just never ever feel unconfident or whatever your feelings are about asking on the price. Even if you know it's something that's expensive, never just not ask on a price. Never not, ever, never not, never. There, in a video.